Morning, Jared.
Your agent of the month. Ah! Dude, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
May 2023, it's Math Month, folks.
Woohoo!
Man, you stepped up your shirt game. I love it.
Yeah, I have to let everybody know I'm in Florida, so everything is all Hawaiian shirts now.
Hey, congratulations to you, my friend. So kind of the deal is, look, as a team, we meet monthly, talk about, what's been going on, who's had a good month, and you stand out among the rest as having the best month of May. And so what we are going to do is we're going to get into all those reasons for why you're agent of the month and pump your tires a little bit. I have to be honest. I'm going to have a couple of questions, okay, just, getting into your experience a little bit. And then we'll get you off closing more business in that wonderful Hawaiian shirt. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
So some folks might not know, but that Hawaiian shirt, it actually started out 6-ish months ago in agentship. You'd never sold anything before. You came from a sales background, and you wanted to transition into IUL and annuity. You went through the agentship program, you 10x your investment through that process, and now you've graduated on to agentship plus. And I think in the last 8 weeks, the last that I've heard, it's roughly 1.5 million in annuity business. I don't know, 30, 40 in IUL premium as well. Is that about right?
It's pretty close to it, yeah. And still writing. Just did a call this morning for a $70,000 annuity. So it'll be a nice little PPA for him. He needs the help. So I think it'll be a good, all goes well, we'll be writing the contract up on Friday.
I told you I was going to pump your tires. This is that pumping that's going to go on. Okay. So what did we notice, and why are you selected as agent of the month? What we've seen is how giving you are with your time, with your knowledge, with your experience. And so not only did you sit down with me for a client interview, what you've also been doing, and what I've really noticed that stands out to me is that when somebody in the community's agent shift or our partners community, when they ask questions, you are the first person in there providing answers, providing support, providing help. That is hugely valuable. It's hugely helpful. People can count on you as a resource. And so please keep that up. Please keep doing that. That's wonderfully helpful. Second to that is, look, at the end of the day, Juicebox is here to create results for people, right? And this is just roughly what you've done in the last month. So it looks like to me, 6,000 IULs, $163,000 rescue plan, 1,200 TFRA, $300,000 annuity, $50,000 annuity, $125,000 annuity, $75,000 annuity, and a 12,000 AP IUL. And what I really love is you took something off our sales coaching call that Mike brought up. You reactivated an old prospect and you got them back on and closed to 12,000 AP IUL. That shows resourcefulness, thoughtfulness. It shows being really a hungry learner. And so those are really all of the values that we care about. And just, do you have anything to say about that?
Helping people is in my nature. Prior in my past life, I was a restaurant manager for very, very high-end hotels. 3 5-star restaurants. I earned a 5-star. They would have been equivalent, probably about 2-star Michelin rated restaurants. And so creating that learning environment is really how a restaurant or a hotel will get to those high accolades. Small story, I was in the middle of nowhere, Rhode Island. It's working at what's called the Ocean House. And now it has 3 5-star, one for the hotel, restaurant, and the spa. I was the manager that got them the 5-star for the restaurant. Talking about small town Rhode Island, they didn't know what truffles were. They thought they were like, the little chocolates that I get at the mall. Like, no, we're talking about the mushroom. They're like, mushroom, truffle, what? And then try to introduce French wines, Italian wines that no one can pronounce and things of that nature. And so
I'm going to start calling you Matthew 5-star.
Just try and give everybody the 5-star experience. That's all, but it's creating that no such thing as a dumb question. That's real, because as adults, we get I know it's silly. It's right there. What is it? you're like, you have to create that learning environment, and then creating the environment where it's okay for people to speak up when they know the answer.
Since you did go from kind of that agent shift, you graduated onto Agent Shift Plus.
Absolutely.
I'm really curious to understand. You 10x your investment.
Yeah.
Why was Matthew successful?
Listen to really smart people. I'm kind of the ones that if Mike is saying, hey, who's here to volunteer, I'm jumping on that call. I want some advice from Mike. If Jim is saying, hey, does anybody have a case that you want to go through? Yes, I want to go through my case. I may know 95% of the answers, but I want that validation to making sure that I'm still on the right track, and to know what I'm not thinking of. That way I can think about it later. So I go to, every call thinking I needed someone to talk about. And I may know the solution, but again,
what does that preparation for you look like prior to the call? Have you done anything special there to show up prepared, ready to ask questions? Showing up is one thing, you have to be doing that, but it sounds like you're going above and beyond to ensure that you're getting the most out of that. Can you speak to what that looks like for you?
So I know one thing that Jim's going to ask is, say, what we're solving for. I want to make sure I have that question answered. Because if I don't know what I'm solving for, one, I can't tell Jim what I'm solving for. Two, I can't tell the client what we're solving for. And so I create a case. And when I end my call, I go, just to make sure we're solving for the right problem. Boom, 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 boom. Is that right, Jared? Yes. That way I know when I'm talking about taxes, I'm talking about legacy, I'm going to talk about, income, risk, that I'm coming in with that full solution. And then it makes away the process is just a lot smoother. And then going into the calls and asking the questions like, what am I not looking at? What am I missing in this picture? This is what I think, but what do you think? And they're open and honest, and they're going to give you what they think in different ways, to things to bring up, different talk tracks. I'll go back and watch the recording. So I want to make sure I don't do the coaching call the same day I'm going to give the presentation. I want to schedule that out maybe a day or two so I can prepare. You got 30, 45 minutes to make sometimes more money than people make in a week. So how hard are you going to focus for that 30, 45 minute conversation? And that's the mindset that I go into that call going, okay, I got 30 minutes. What do I need from the client? I need to make sure I get these answers. Okay, I got those answers. Now I need to go into the presentation. How do I present this that's going to speak to them, meet them where they are, and solve for the problems that they have? And I prepare for just about every meeting. I don't go blind into any meeting. I probably spend at least 2 hours preparing ahead of time.
So preparation,
yeah,
showing up, asking questions, and dedicating yourself. That to me sounds like a synopsis of what you just said there in terms of why did you see results with Agent Shift. How would you factor in courage into specifically your experience with Agent Shift? Did you think about that when you were, in terms of the results that you got, did you think about courage and how that influenced your results?
Sure. We all have that why. Why are you here? Why are you in this industry? There's a lot easier industries to be in. But why are you here? And really fight for that why. And if that why is big enough and you got enough, that courage will come. You need that courage to step through the door and then to be present and to be ready for that day. You may have to cut out a couple of things. You may have to, know what you're not good at and get some help around that. If you're not a morning person, become a morning person. If you're not a night person, become a night person. You gotta figure these things out. And so, yeah, courage is a big piece of that.
What would you say to those folks? Because you've been in Agent Shift and now Agent of the Month, you're 2 months into Agent Shift Plus, you've seen these wonderful results, quantification, at least from my perspective, 1.5 million in annuities and probably, 30 or 40 in IUL premium. And so What do you say to those people in agent shift right now?
The short answer is follow the process, but I think that's a little too easy. But you got to dig into the process, get one with the process. Really smart people have put this together, and there's a dollar value to it. But man, the results I got from it were just staggering, and to the point that I couldn't even read an IUL illustration. Now I know. Then it's just like, see, does that make sense? Want to get it? Like that doesn't work. But really diving in, getting into the psychology of the sale, psychology of the client. This morning I was watching the competitive landscape, and man, there was like, I took like 8 nuggets from one video on that I forgot 8 months ago. So it's always trying to get in there.
So revisiting as well, is that what you would say? Is it doesn't stand just to do this training once? Really, I think what you're describing there is becoming a professional.
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. And it's the people know that when they're talking to a professional, and it's the work outside that you do that they know that you're a professional or not. When you're asking the right questions, you're using the right terminology, and that removes, I can show up in a Hawaiian shirt and still have a good conversation with someone because they can say, oh, that's his personality. But through the interaction, I know I'm talking to the right person that's here to solve my problems. I think I said it right when I first met Jim. I said, this is like that franchise package. It's what you want it to be. You want a full-on business? Great. Boom, there's your business packet. Just do this. Show you how to make the burger, show you how to greet the customer, show you how to use all this stuff, right? And you don't have to do a lot of thinking on it. You just have to do it.
Matthew, congratulations, our agent of the month. Really happy for you, proud of you. You've done so much wonderful work, and really coming from never having sold IUL and annuity before to now on pace to do 10 million in annuities. Wonderful, man. Keep it up. Keep the Hawaiian shirt rocking, and let's close that deal on Friday.
Thanks, Chair. Have a great one, man.